What's going on? It's Smudger here, and today I've got some more Cold War gameplay from you from the beta. But before that, I just want to say a massive thank you for 500 subscribers. I never thought we'd be hitting that sort of milestone, especially 6 months after starting this channel. I didn't think we'd ever really hit it, but I'm very, very grateful for everyone that subscribed, and we're going to keep on pushing forward and see where this channel takes us. Without further ado, let's jump into the video for today. We're going to look at the RPD, which was only unlockable over the last couple of days with the increase in the level cap. With the exception of the Magnum, I think it might have been the last gun to be unlocked. Maybe there was one before that I missed, but I wish it was unlocked so much sooner. If you've tuned into my streams over the beta weekend, you know that I'm a big fan of it. I've been playing with the default class option just to play with it at times, and this gameplay you're seeing here is actually the first times I got my hands on it once the level cap was increased. So this is the default RPD with no attachments until I start to unlock them in game and equip them. So obviously you want to level it up as quickly as possible, make it into a beast, but I was surprised that it's a really, really solid gun with no attachments. Its ADS time is pretty good for an LMG, its recoil is non-existent and very easy to control at everything but really long ranges, and you're only going to be encountering them kind of on the sand dunes at Satellite so far, or maybe in combined arms I guess, but even with the right attachments that's easily controlled. It's not difficult to bring it down. Overall it's a really, really, really solid gun. I think it did get a bit of a buff in a recent update where they reduced the hip fire spread of it, which makes it even more reliable in close ranges, which seems weird to say for a LMG I guess. You're still going to get outgunned against maybe an MP5 or a Milano, but that's just what they're there for, that's their purpose. But the LMG, especially the RPD, is so deadly, it hits so hard, I think is the main point. It hits so hard with such little recoil that if you pop 3, 4, 5 shots into someone, they're probably not gonna recover from it. Even if you don't get the kill, they're gonna be one shot and your teammate will more than likely pick up that kill. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some tweaks to the RPD between now and release date. I expect to see maybe just a little bit of addition of recoil, especially at medium ranges, because a lot of the gunfights you are going to be taking on these kind of maps are medium range gunfights, and the thing just doesn't move. Like there is no recoil. It's almost like it feels a bit like the Bruin at its prime at times, especially with the right attachments, and I think that's a really, really scary thought, especially with Warzone coming over into Cold War. Maybe it's just me, maybe no one else has felt like this, but it definitely feels like a very, very solid gun. Maybe I've just found the gun that I'm going to mesh with, and this will be the only gun I run for the next 10 months or however long the COD season is. But I won't be surprised if you do see a recoil increase going forward into the full game. I'd also expect to see maybe an increase in reload time, especially with the fast mags attachment. I know fast mags, it decreases your reload time. Anyway, that's the purpose of the attachment. But even then, I was seeing times where I needed to reload with fast mags on, and if your movement's halfway decent, you can finesse yourself out of situations you really shouldn't be getting out of whilst you're reloading, especially with the Gunko perk on, because it lets you do pretty much everything while sprinting. You can get away with nearly anything whilst you're reloading, because the reload time is only a couple of seconds, which for an LMG where most people have to lie down behind a bit of cover and wait half the game to reload is insane. It'd be nice if it stays like this, but I think you'd probably see a lot of people abusing it as it picks up more traction. It is super fun to play with, but I wouldn't really expect it to stay like this. It's not in keeping with an LMG's personality. I personally can't wait to play with it more over the beta and in the full game. And the game you're seeing here is actually one of the more dominant hardpoints I've ever seen in a random lobby. Like, I didn't know any of these players. I'm surprised more of the enemy didn't quit the match, because they were really getting battered. And that's where I'm going to leave it. I hope you all have a good day, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.